This weekend, the wait is finally over. The 2026 season officially gets underway and we are diving straight into a full prediction of the 2026 World Championship standings. Quick heads up, this is of course my personal ranking, your personal ranking now in the comments, and if you are an F1 fan already or want to become one and don't want to miss a single moment in the coming season, make sure to jump in right now and follow my channel. So let's start straight with P22, Lance Stroll. I think this one can be summed up pretty quickly. After those disastrous tests of Aston Martin in Bahrain, the main goal should be right now to finish races rather than seriously dreaming about points. As for where the true potential of Newell's new chassis really lies, that's something we will probably only find out next year, because right now this situation strongly resembles the early days of McLaren Honda in 2015. In 21st place, Franco Colapinto. Whether he even stays in the car for the entire season will probably depend on his financial backing of his sponsors. And yes, Alpine is now running a Mercedes engine, but for me the entire leadership structure is a complete disaster. The Enstone factory doesn't feel to be state of the art anymore either, and honestly the brand itself feels completely irrelevant. Whether in Formula 1 or WEC, it's just like a bottomless money pit. In 20th place I have Sergio Perez. Don't get me wrong, the Cadillac looks great and having an 11th team is in my opinion a real win for Formula 1, but you can't realistically expect a brand new team with a completely new factory and no background in Formula 1 to jump into the competition and immediately fight at the front. Yes, Haas managed to do exactly that in 2016, but judging by the parts they used by this time, that car was basically a half Ferrari. The Cadillac on the other hand had to be designed entirely from the ground up. That's why I have Valtteri Bottas on P19. I actually think both Perez and Bottas are the perfect driver choices for Cadillac and will help move the team forward step by step. But just like Perez, Bottas is obviously dependent on machinery, and that said, thanks to his recent role at Mercedes as a test driver, he might be a little sharper and more up to speed than Perez at this stage. In 18th place, and I really hate saying this, but Fernando Alonso. Before the testing session, I would have put this guy in top 5 without even thinking. But what's going on at Aston Martin right now is absolutely unbelievable. And honestly, it's not worthy for a driver like Alonso at all. I wouldn't even be surprised if Honda, with this engine, ends up pushing him into retirement. A complete disaster, really. In 17th place, I've ranked our only rookie, Arvid Lindblad. I truly believe he has the talent to establish himself into Formula 1, and like any rookie, he will make mistakes. But I think he will do well enough to pick up points here and there, and mostly important, secure his seat for 2027. In 16th place, I have Pierre Gasly. Alpine somehow seems to be holding his career back. For me, he's even one of the most underrated drivers on the grid, and since the Mercedes engine didn't exactly look flawless either, that's why I've ranked him so far down. In 15th place, I've put Liam Lawson. To keep it short, the Racing Bulls didn't exactly impress during testing. As the more experienced driver, he naturally ranks ahead of Lindblad for me, but I'm expecting a fairly low-key season overall, even though Red Bull powertrain does seem to be working pretty well. In 14th place, I've got Gabriel Bortoleto. I genuinely like this guy. He clearly looks up to Max Verstappen, and last season he even had a really strong qualifying run against Hülkenberg at times. So yes, this kid really has some talent, and Audi's engine looked solid as well. Still for me, Nico can extract that extra bit of performance and grab more points in the big important races, but overall 14th place is still a strong result, with a few highlights and points along the way. I've placed Alex Albon in P13. Why? Because I think Williams will leave a lot of points on the table early this season, because they're starting off with a development deficit, but they will be fighting closely with Haas and Audi for the best of the rest title. Carlos Sainz came back incredibly strong last year in the second half of the last season, and I expect him to beat Albon again this year. But in 12th place I've got Esteban Ocon. Haas really stepped things up last year. They did a fantastic job during the season, and with strong technical support from Ferrari and Toyota, that progress should continue into 2026. The Ferrari engine also looks pretty strong, so honestly this could end up as the best season Haas ever had. So just in front of Ocon in 11th place I've got Ollie Behrman, who already managed to beat Ocon last season, and who knows, maybe we will see him in a Ferrari in 2027. This kid is developing incredibly well. Mexico was absolutely sensational, and we're definitely going to hear a lot more from him. Honestly, I wouldn't even rule out a surprise result this year, maybe even Yamaha's first ever podium. I don't think that's unrealistic at all. Okay, now 10th place, and I know I'm pretty bullish in this one, Nico Hülkenberg. Audi seem to have built an absolutely incredible engine, and I think the whole team will be extremely motivated this year. And I can easily see Nico delivering standard performances again, just like he did last year. So that's exactly why I've put him in the top 10. In 9th place, and my best of the rest, is Carlos Sainz. He's fully settled in at Williams now and managed to score 2 podiums last season, which is absolutely insane. Williams are clearly on a way upward, and I genuinely believe they're on a very good path going forward. Okay, I've placed Isaac Hadjar in 8th position, and honestly that's a really strong result. We all know how tough it is to survive against Max Verstappen in the same car, and I believe he'll be the best Verstappen teammate we've seen in years. But that's also down the fact that 2026 brings completely new regulations, and still against Max himself he won't stand a chance. Never. So in 7th place I've put Hadjar's idol, Lewis Hamilton. From this point on, I honestly think things will get incredibly close at the front, and I'm really hoping for competitive balance similar to the 2012 season. I do believe Hamilton will win races again, but over the course of the full season, I don't see him fighting for the World Championship. Still, it won't be anywhere near as disastrous as 2025, and please let me be right about this one. In my opinion, 6th place goes to Oscar Piastri. I really hope I'm wrong, but I think Piastri might have picked up that classic Weber knock where you just can't quite match your teammate anymore. Meanwhile, Norris can now drive completely free of pressure as the world champion, and I honestly believe Piastri needs a new environment, because at McLaren I don't see him becoming world champion anymore. Now we're into top 5, and making a massive step forward in 2026 is Kimi Antonelli. He's had his highs and unfortunately even more lows, but his rookie season is now in the books and Mercedes are giving him the trust he needs, and I believe he'll take his first Formula 1 victory in 2026, because honestly I think he will be driving the best car on the grid. In 4th place I've got the reigning world champion Lando Norris. And I know this might sound a bit strange, but for me Lando Norris is going to deliver the best season of his entire career, precisely because he won a championship last year. I honestly can't think of a world champion who became significantly worse after winning the first title, simply because that pressure is gone. That said, I'm still not completely convinced about the car, and to be honest, I'm already kind of regretting this call, because I probably end up thinking I should have swapped Norris with my number 3. Yeah, okay, it's too late now. In 3rd place, Charles Leclerc. Ferrari looked absolutely incredible, to the point where this call might actually be too conservative. But at the end of the day, it's Ferrari, which always makes them incredibly difficult to predict. Still, for me, Charles is an outstanding driver, so 3rd place feels more than justified, and now things are getting really interesting. Because in 2nd place, I'm probably putting the world champion pick for most of you, and that's George Russell. Mercedes are very likely going to deliver an absolute outstanding package across the entire 2026 season, and yes, George is obviously far more championship ready than Kimi. But my pick for the 2026 world champion is still being massively underestimated, and that brings up number 1. In 1st place, claiming the world championship in 2026 for me is Max Verstappen. If Red Bull give him even remotely a package that allows him to fight for race wins, he will automatically be fighting for the championship as well, period. And even though he complained about the new cars, he still seemed to be the driver who adapted his driving style the fastest and most effectively to the new regulations. So this guy is just goated. And let's be honest, a championship fight between these two personalities, that can only get wild, right? So that's my prediction for the 2026 season, and yes, by December you're more than welcome to absolutely tear me apart in the comments. Until then though, I will be delivering plenty of premium content for you, so make sure to follow in right now so you don't miss a single thing. And I will see you in the very next video, because there's still one challenge left before the season kicks off. Thanks for watching. Ciao.